Happy time zones, it's your bird, Haven the Raven, and welcome back to Amalur on Nostalgic, where I go through this game that I've played way too much as a child, and see about, well, how it holds up. Quick reminder that Twitch has been weird about viewers recently, so even if you're lurking at some points during the stream, please redeem something. Multiple somethings would of course be preferable, but not everyone wants to redeem multiple somethings. I have to add some cheap ones later, or like some really cheap redeems. Anyway, I forgot to look up Horgan Hold, actually. Well, may as well look into it now. Because I believe this is the last of the Ancilla lockboxes. Or, wait, not Ancilla, Aster. Why did I say Ancilla? Ancilla doesn't really start to become a huge deal lore-wise until Cluricon. Hi. Kobolds. I think this entire place is just full of kobolds. Could be wrong, though. Why did that not kill you? Wildly unfortunate, that. Killed you. Maybe despite... oh dear. Doing more damage, the kobold rogues are more susceptible to taking it. Or perhaps in addition to doing more damage, the kobolds also don't have... or have lower defenses. They do have lower defenses. Sheesh. Okay, I feel like there's a quest here, and then I'm pre-clearing this for no reason. I could be wrong, though. Like, I could be completely wrong. There's something in here. I'm going to get ambushed. Called it. I forget how much damage regular kobolds can do, and it's not like I was low on health when that combo started. So, okay. It would be this. Which... this is aggravating. What is the quest that I'm missing here? There was something in Corganhold. I just can't remember what. That is way better than what I have. That's useless to me. I might actually be able to get 2 of them. Actually, I know I can get 2 of them. I'm just not sure I'll be able to kill 2 of them like this. Hello. There we are. Hey. And boom. Alright, nothing over here. I just don't want to deal with that right now. Okay, I can dismantle those. I should dismantle. I don't want to pick up a relic. Why did I pick up Trollhide? Trollhide is useless to me. Actually, one moment. I've got to reload the laptop player because that's glitching out again. What are you? Aw, thought it was close enough. Turns out I wasn't. A shame. Thank you for the lurk, Jake Shuffle. I hope the interview and job hunting go well. No, I'm not gonna pry. Of course not. Okay, I feel like there was something else in here that I just missed. Oh, and I completely forgot to mention this, but thank you for the lurk as well, Art Dad. There we are. Well, bright side. As long as I'm quick, I'm not really gonna have to deal with much on the way back through here. At least I think. Not sure if this game saves progress like that. Like, I know it saves when I save. But I don't know if it saves which dungeons I've cleared per, like, after the fact, if stuff just stays dead. Okay, there's not another quest marker here. I don't think there's even another Craddock. Yeah, no, just 2 wolves. Where exactly were they expecting me to find more Craddocks? I'm thinking it might be the job board that has something. Because Korgenhold...
Mind your ways while you're here. That I do. Right then.
There was something to do with Korgenhold at some point. I can't remember. Might be somewhere. It might actually be somewhere through Candrian. And yet you lot can't help but sit on your asses and complain.
Unlike Brian, you'll have to pay for what you buy.
Where is... There it is. Okay. Just going to dismantle everything. Ooh. Shoot. I messed up. I think I dismantled the stuff I was specifically saving. I dismantled the stuff I was specifically saving. Oops. Yeah, let's do that. And then I'm going to save before I touch the smithy again. That was embarrassing. Actually, that was pretty embarrassing. I'll be heading... I think Dulve Whale is still actually the closest to both. Alright, so it's you over here.
Welcome.
Need something? The swords I have left after a good make. Come again when we're better stocked.
Save. Okay, let's try to not... Okay, so the only one I actually had was boots. Why did I have boots and not the rest of a set? Alright, Prismere Flame or Prismere Frost? Oh, wait, how many I'm gonna want more lightning for later, so let's actually go Prismere Frost with Master Flamed Handle. I don't want to use... I try to be careful about not using... much in the way of, master stuff until later. Yeah, these are so much better. But as long as I have something.
Welcome to Helmgar.
Actually, I'm going to be heading through Kandrian anyway, so I may as well... Well, Kandrian slash Akatha. So I might as well. Oh wait, Korgenhold might have something to do with the guy in the house. Nobody playing this game would even know what I'm referring to there. Or nobody who hadn't played this game would even know what I was referring to there. I could technically go through here and make a beeline, or actually no, if I'm going to make a beeline for Edessa, it's better if I do it from Kandrian. Because I believe Kandrian actually has a path that leads almost directly to Edessa. Not directly, I don't believe, but close enough for horseshoes. What are you again? Bear, kobold, okay. Do I want to mess with... It's really not worth it. One thing I don't like about this game's combat is awesome. However, after a certain point, you start to run into problems where fighting things just isn't worth it anymore. Like, I still get an okay amount of experience from these fools. But those Jotun, because they had the white names, they wouldn't give me as much experience, if any. I think after a certain point, you just stop getting experience from them, period. I could be wrong about that, though. Or actually, wait. No, I think I already ran into something like that with a boggart. Like, I killed a boggart and I didn't get any experience for it. Yeah, that sounds like it was something that happened recently. Hello.
I need your help. I'm a Julia is the
Oh, whoops. I was trying to get to his stock. Why does a normal trader have this? Like, it's not really... Let's look at that. It's not better than what I've got. But, like, why?
Have you come back to help me?
He was basically saying that his daughter Julia had been kidnapped, and I skipped through it like a dumbass.
The bandits here are fierce, led by one called Conovar. He attacked us in broad daylight when we were trying to leave this place. I've lived my whole life on these roads. I know full well that the price of travel is a bit of coin in the pocket of the local thugs. But these fiends took my daughter. I'll pay anything I have to get her back. Will you find her? Thank you. I heard Conovar tell his men to put her with the rest of the lot before selling them. For faith's sake, hurry! I hope you fare better than those Kandrian guard clowns. Most of them didn't last long enough to see the bandit camp. I want my daughter back. I'll pay you with all the gold I have.
Okay, to be fair to the Kandrian guards, look at all of the... Is that a... That's a fucking Krodak. Okay, I have to go that direction. Fuck. This place has some, it has a lot of enemies.
Yeah? What are you looking at? Wait, you look like a capable sort. You might have a job for someone capable. We set out, against orders, mind you, from Meleglir to put down this nasty brigand named Conover. Found him, and his followers too, but there were more of them than we expected. A few of my unit left alive only barely escaped. If you could finish Conover, I can pay you. Great. Head south to the Fiend's camp. It's huge. Lousy with every rogue and thief in the region. Shouldn't be hard to locate. Report to me when Conover's dead, and I'll see that you're rewarded. May you deliver Conover to hell.
I'll be tackling these two quests in a second here. As well as... Okay, it was done here. I should definitely tackle Vane first then, because I do need that Krodak. I'd like to lure everything in the area, but...
Sword alight with frosty
We'll see.
blood, to starkly carve a kingdom from a land of stone and flood. A hero true, a warrior born, his deeds the bards did daily sing. Exultingly, they crowned him king.
I'm not going to bother fighting anything here. Oh, okay, Grinning Vein is in the mine. In that case, I'll do that later. But I do need the Krodak, so... Like, the rest of that doesn't matter as much, but I need 5 Krodaks, I believe. For, that one side quest. It was a task. Dangerous games, yep. That was only my second Krodok, by the way. And this, I believe, is the guy in the house. Must you? Aww. Why is there an Etten? I keep forgetting about all the random locations you can find those. And they are quite random. You have quests.
Tell me something.
Well, a
Are
quest.
you in the habit of just walking into people's houses uninvited? Does that ever end poorly? I'd think most people would object to strangers rifling through their things. Of course, I am not most people. Come to think of it, it has been too long since I've enjoyed the conversation of strangers.
This guy you would never run into if you didn't just wander into his house.
Now that is the question, isn't it? I'm going to need time to figure that out. Which gives you plenty of time to get us some refreshments. Have you ever heard of the Realte Brocaire? It is a particularly rare vintage from the north. Why don't you travel to Lucky Mine and root around a bit? Find a bottle of the Realte Brocaire for us to share, and then we'll talk. Farewell.
Yeah, Durfel got kind of screwed. More on that later. Because when I say screwed, I mean it with the capital S and everything. He wasn't joking about having had the opportunity for polite conversation. At least not for a while. I think this is technically a Katha and not Kandrian. But it works. What? You're setting off your own traps? Why? Why would you set off your own traps like that? Doesn't it make more sense to have them set up so that someone else triggers them? Maybe the Freemen are drunk. I mean, it's a possibility, right? Pick that up. It's not really all that useful right now, but who knows? Collect mine. I don't feel like messing with that, really. I can dismantle that. That's fire. Save. You are probably grinning vein. Yep. When you spot someone with a weapon that they don't normally wield, you know they're they know they're you know that they're the one you were sent for. What? Is every Freeman in the mine coming here? Where did you come from? Genuinely, okay, that wasn't every single one in here. What? Why is there a random rat? I'll be able to collect the contract on that later. Okay, yeah, that's just gone. I don't believe they put anything behind there because there would be no point. Well, that's 2 out of 5. I keep forgetting that I have the radial swapped. Aw. Why did I do that? I need all the Dreadscale and Prismere stuff I can get until I start running into Matharan Prismere and Matharan Dreadscale. Because the Matharan stuff is actually better. What kind of random crap? Why was that in a minecart? Like, chests I can understand having random things, but a minecart? Bye-bye, rat. I was ratted on. There we go. Realite Brocaire. I will gladly take the Prismere Feyblades. I need Prismere. Desperately. Durfal's quest is actually a pretty long one, all things considered. Not even because of, like, a lot of quest objectives. Because it doesn't. But it's one of those quests that you start here, and then you go all the way over here to complete. Actually, most of the quests in Kandrian are pretty long. Like, multi-step. There's not a ton of... Yeah, I can't really think of any quests that simply go A, do B. Usually or with Kandrian, there's, some issues. There's some in-between steps, even if the quest giver doesn't tell you that there's in-between steps. Alright, Durfal. You wanted booze.
A bottle of the Realite Brocaire. This is going to treat me right. Yes, indeed. You've done me quite the boon fetching this, though I'll admit it leads me to outrageous wagers. For instance this. If you can complete 8 labors of my choosing, I shall give you the treasures of Rathir. Excellent. Let's count the Realite Brocaire as the first of the 8 labors. Well done. Now, your next task. Take this letter to a man named Matix Dace in the village of Kandrian to the south. That is all. Farewell.
Village of Kandrian. Its name is actually Melaglir. Alright, go out and around. There's a few things in Akatha I should run around and at least look. I'm not gonna stop unless I see a lore stone, really. Which I see a lore stone. Okay. Oh, wait. I should come back for that. I believe I know what that is, and I should come back for that, because that's actually towards the end of the Scholia Arcana. Which explains why the Etten was there. Okay, it wasn't really a random placement. Because this mountain right here, you'd think that the entrance would be like somewhere around here, but I think it's actually like over here or something. Or it could be... Actually, no, I'll go get that Stone of Spring. Because now that I remember it, that mountain's entrance is actually in Akatha. However, I think it might actually be northern Akatha. not southern Akatha. Because Akatha is like Yulban. It doesn't have a clearly defined border. Sort of bleeds into other areas. One thing I do have to give the Freeman credit for is that they aren't really racist. Most would turn their nose up at the Jotun. Most do turn their nose up at the Jotun. But here's the Freemen are working with them. Unfortunately, they're hostile to intruders. Okay.
The jagged cliffs, angles meeting the swollen sea, treacherous to the ungainly Alfar, was the homeland our people took. I have seen the places upon the hillside our ancestors forged from sea-sculpted stone. Glir Rathwen, the bluffs of Tawili, were settled near the light of the heavens that glittered brightest, gazing towards Lyria's Tirgith, the earth's steeple rising to meet her magnificence.
Hi. Bye-bye. Take that for dismantling. And no, at least I think it's Sky Crown, is further north of its entrance. Okay, what? I'm just gonna do that. All that for some for some shoes, not even boots. Oh, dearie me. Save. We save. Again, even if you are lurking, please put something in the chat. I think a redeem is better than just normal chatting. Oh dear. 'Cause Twitch has decided to start being weird about that. And if you have any ideas for some cheaper redeems that, like, don't actually impact the gameplay, which is why most of my redeems are so expensive, please let me know. I mean, something like Hydrate would actually be kind of useless, or, well, wasted on my channel because I don't really forget to drink. And I can't do anything with sound bites right now because I'm saving up for... Well, I say saving up. I don't really have the money with which to save up. But I'm looking towards a capture card. Oh dear. Because once I do get a capture card, then I can start messing around with that. Wait, what? When I said put something in the chat, please, I was not saying put on an advertisement for a ViewBot service. Perhaps I should have clarified. There we go. I don't think I actually have to worry about that right now. What are the odds of that happening anyway? Like, I say that I'd like people to start being a little more, or to start redeeming more, and then immediately someone puts a ViewBot thing in the chat. And it was probably a bot that did it. Unfortunately, this momentous occasion will not... I can't really clip it because... Well, I guess I can clip it on Twitch, but it wouldn't make as much sense on YouTube. Or, TikTok. What are the odds? Oh, come on, give me Prismere. Aha! Why do you want to give me such terrible things? Master Frosted, Master... I think I'm just gonna go with the damaging, because the Frosted and Flamed are amazing. I want to save the Frosted one. Hello, Better Fave Dates. But the elemental ones add more overall. Alright, worry about that in a second. First of all, hey, I'm gonna run right in and fate shift you all if that's okay. just before that goes off. Haha. Grab that. Junk those. Wait, what? Aha! Why are you listed as Kandrian Bandit and not, Okay, that might be handy later, or... No, it actually won't. Like, why would they have that listed as Kandrian Bandit and not Freeman? That part makes no sense to me. Especially because it means I'm going the wrong way. But, especially because it means that I am not able to get armbands from them for the bounty later. Unfortunate.
The Lord of Tides, the thrice-crowned king, the bandit prince of Melaglir. He forged from blood a sword of sin to cut and rend and sear. From hardened hearts his people wept, tears to flood from stone unbroken, the long-forgotten truth unspoken.
Kandrian's not exactly in the best of ways right now. That, I don't think is even going to be really all that helpful. I think they patched out the exploit there. I mean, I could try it. But I legitimately think they patched that out. They did not. Okay. Why Verani wine? Interesting. So, it's a very simple exploit, but if you have a ring or a necklace that reduces equip requirements, you can take it on, equip the thing that you want to have equipped but can't just yet, and then you take it off. Obviously, it doesn't close massive gaps, and you should still keep the stuff you can actually wear around. But it isn't exactly bad. Well, it's a good exploit for the player. It's honestly more useful in mixed builds. Don't get me wrong, it can come in really... or it can come in really handy in, well, when you're dealing with... When you're a hyper-focused one branch of the ability tree build. But it is more useful for hybrid builds because hybrid builds are more likely to acquire are more likely to acquire equipment that they can't quite use yet. It's not to say that you don't run across stuff you can't use yet as a pure sorcery or a pure might build. It's just more likely if you're playing hybrid. And it's specifically armor you have to worry about with that, unless you've hyperfixated on your blacksmithing skill and decided, well, and wound up making something mastercrafted. As I will give this game credit, it does a fairly good job of giving you leveled loot. At least outside of merchants. I think a merchant stock is just a merchant stock. Oh, pff. I took that corner too fast. Was hoping to sneak up, but oh well. Let's just murder everything. I don't technically need to go off into these side paths. But the refugees aren't exactly intelligent. I've had them run into, or run straight back to their captors before. Or, well, not refugees, prisoners aren't exactly intelligent. I should do this. Ow. I got greedy. Wait, my skeleton gives me fate? Or was that just a delayed sound effect? Could have been either.
Oh, thank you. It was awful. They were going to sell me to the Tuatha and send me to some place called the Keening. I've got to get back to Father.
Oh, hey Magnifico, how you doing? Thank you for stopping by. I need to buy more lockpicks. What? That's useless. Unfortunately. That ring is completely useless to me. Well, Sending virtual hugs as always, then. I'm doing normally, a little achy, but I think I just slept wrong or something. The weird part is that it's my elbows. My elbows aren't usually the part of me that's achy. Usually it's my shoulders.
Save me!
You say as you're running towards safety with all of the bandits dead behind you. Here's what it is. Alright, you first.
Conover's dead. I can't believe it. That'll show Lord Candrian. If his lordship's had his way, we'd be wearing a rut around Meliglir shouting, "Hey, stop that over the pikes while this villain bled us to death." You've earned this. Spend it well.
This guy's actually not even wrong about that. The current Lord of Candrian is,
Till later then.
incompetent at best.
Oh, Julia's back. You did it! I can't thank you enough, stranger. Of course, any amount is insufficient to express my thanks, but please take this gold in payment. We'll be on our way then. Travel safely.
Oh, this guy, there is a war going on. Like, the Tuatha from here, from Bale, are marching up through Cluricon, trying to take Melson Shear so that they can go into Rathir and exterminate every single mortal across everywhere. And the Lord of Candrian is essentially sitting on his hands and refusing to help anyone or anything outside of his own keep, and just barely this village of Meliglir. I should head back to Aten real quick. Yeah, like, he's not contributing to the war effort despite the fact that the Tuatha are quite literally trying to genocide everyone.
East of the Wold, fortunes can be had there for a... Oh, really? Someone finally answers to my posting? Well, do you have anything to turn in? Now that's what I like to see. Finally, those bandits will know what it's like to be preyed upon. Here's your gold. You earned it. Keep the peace.
Wait, then who was it that... Oh, it was Helmgard, okay. I went to the wrong person to turn in the bounty. Oh well, it's not like I didn't have a bounty for that guy anyway. The 65 armbands, were probably taking up a few spaces in my inventory.
Mind your ways while you're here. That Freeman bastard that drove up Lucky Mine? Well done. Real Warsworn work, that. And here's your gold. Goodbye.
Nothing. Yeah, I thought it was the guy in Aten that told me to go after Grinning Vein. Or that I turned in Grinning Vein's armbands too, considering that I turned in all the other armbands to him. Clearly I was mistaken. Okay, Ham's wagon. And then we sprint to Meliglir. I don't really want to mess with anything on the way there. And it's not even a matter of I can't fight anything, it's I don't want to. Thankfully, the enemies are nowhere near as persistent as the guy with the exclamation point from last time. So even if I do run into something, I'm unlikely to be unable to get away. Ooh, Lurstone. Yeah, the guy really did just say it. You will do my quest.
The birth of twins did wreathe the land as brother upon brother war. Scythes to swords, from rock to shore, the people madly weapons forged. Caught within a storm of rage, the land itself was deeply bled, for sanity had fled.
Alright, I'll actually explore around this area later. But for now, I'm in Meliglir. No. The only reason there was poetry going on is because I had clicked a lore stone before the wolves attacked me.
An endless night the brothers' war did wreak upon the broken land, until the sorrow lord arose, the grieving knight to make a stand. The hammer of Akatha rose, and fell, and rose again. He took the throne of Kandrian.
Speaking of lore stones, I think I've got one more. It's for particularly cultured wolves. Fair enough. 20% bleeding resistance isn't that good, but it's still actually pretty good against certain enemies. Galafor... Really, I've got Cradle of Summer and Galafor left, essentially. Why would Tawili not have its own set of lore stones? Like, Tawili's pretty important. Alright. I'll deal with those quests in a minute. First of all, you.
On a darkling wind she rose, gripped within impassioned throes, and I, her chosen witness proud, did fall beneath her endless shroud. Something about you reminded me of the verse. Of course, the poet was discussing death. I am Patrick Morkan. How may I be of assistance? That is why you are here, no? Death has come to Meliglir, and you are but a step behind her. Pardon me. Grief tends to push me toward theatrics. You see, my wife was among the first of our villagers to disappear. But we are a private people, and we prefer to keep our dead exactly where they lie, good and buried. I will speak no more of it.
Interesting how this guy refers to death as a her, considering Balin, the god of death, is a guy.
Between the Tuatha invading in the east and the bandits marauding in the west, it seems that death is making a home of Kandrian.
I mean, hey, we stan our gender-fluid gods. However, this is the only time I think in the entire game that death is referred to as a she rather than he. Which does kind of make sense considering this guy.
211 years I've called this place my home. It was once a peaceful town. Lately, peace seems to be in short supply.
Sort of. It's not like this guy is we're gonna learn more about him in a minute, so I'm just not gonna say anything more.
You wish to know of me? I once owned a shop where I sold trinkets to passers-by. My wife was taken. Now I spend my days in the Raven, watching people, waiting to die. Ah, her. A particularly belligerent woman, if I recall. I believe she left our village recently for parts unknown. Master Dace made quite the fuss. Apparently, she left her possessions in a footlocker in her room. I suppose she left in a hurry. So good of you to stop by.
Alright. Do I actually have to read that? I think I actually have to read that. Okay. Save first because for whatever reason, this game likes to freeze when you read books. Or at least it does on Switch. I've actually had it crash a few times on me because I opened a book. Specifically a skill book. But yeah. Search Toulon. Yeah. That actually probably is the legitimate reason, because it has to load each and every word. And because of the way the books work, it overlays on top of everything else that's going on in the actual game itself. Which is just the inventory screen, but it's still the inventory screen.
Winter, the Magus King, Indarian of Candrian, captured fire in his fist and with it took command. With wisdom and tenacity, the Lord of Aod captained peace. May it never cease.
The Lord of Aod. That's a lie. Aod had no lord. Okay, there's nothing over here, really. I mean, there's a chest, but I don't care enough. You don't see me. Okay, so you're actually going to be pretty persistent. Boom. I should try to hug the wall. My goal for today is to finish up the stuff in Candrian. And maybe start on Galafor. There's not much in Galafor. There's actually more in Candrian, I think. But I'd like to actually enter Rathir this week. So I'm probably going to wind up going over my usual time frame. I don't think... I don't see any lore stones over that way. Who are you and why are you here?
Do you have something to report?
Why is there just this one guard? Gotta be careful, I go too far up that way and it's too willy. I think there's a lore stone over this way. Yeah, there is. But that's the Tuatha outpost. Yeah, I'm being chased by Tuatha. I don't feel like dealing with you right now. Figures the Tuatha would be more persistent than the average foe. Considering that... Oh, you're gonna run into the guard. What?! He ran past the guard! Whatever, I'm just gonna run into the loading zone. It's not like any of you are going to chase me. Not through a loading screen. This isn't Skyrim. Alright. Loot the traps. There's actually not much here. Hi. Bye. This is a pretty short cave. Although I definitely want to save my fate. Well, it's not really mandatory that I save my fate, but it makes sense to save my fate. Because what's at the end of this can be a little annoying. Kaboom. What? Which one of you set off your own trap? That's just embarrassing. I am close to a level up. I wonder if I'll level up before or after the end of this. Hi. Bye. I thought you saw me. I would have gone back to sneaking if I'd realized you hadn't. Alright. You know what? I think I'd rather actually level up from the mini-boss at the end of this than the, Oh dear. That was almost bad. That they didn't see me coming? Mayhaps. why were you able to just completely go around, or just completely change your trajectory? Alright, now kind of obviously this is not actually north. Well, it can't be north. I don't know why they have it listed as north here. Unless there's an entire section of tunnel that we don't get to see. Which is possible.
You! What's the Engar doing sending a neophyte to rescue me? Doesn't he understand what's going on here? There is a necromancer in Mel Aglia. Look around you. Patrick Morkin's wife may have died from natural causes, but nothing natural brought her back. I know because I've been watching her walking corpse feast on prisoners for over a week. She and her husband are nearby. If you strike quickly, you can catch them by surprise and end this horror. Yes, I'm not certain which is more torturous, having to watch Patrick Morkin feed villagers to his dead wife, or the way he caresses her cheek as he wipes the blood from her chin. Oof. As threatening as his dead wife may seem, kill the sorcerer first. Once the master is destroyed, the magic that animates her corpse will dissipate. She's just an automaton, after all. We both know there isn't a magic that can bring the dead back to life. I'll see to getting out of this cell. With you distracting them, I should be able to escape. I'll see you at the Raven when this is done. Good luck.
So about there not being a magic that can bring the dead back to life, yes, the Raven is a pub. But this would be why I said it makes sense that he would have a very different view on death.
This isn't what it looks like. Oh, fine. I'll admit it. I tried to bring it back from the grave. Is it really so hard to understand? Have you never been in love? I'll say one thing. Your timing is impeccable. I think she's hungry, and you'll make quite the feast. So good of you to stop by.
You don't get to move. Neither do you. Alright, Sagecraft. Let's max that out. And then Finesse, more of this. Something to note about this game is that while mini-bosses tend to be normal enemies with just like juiced up health pools, actual bosses have gimmicks that you have to contend with. I think that's I'm of mixed feelings about that, because on the one hand, it's a really interesting way of countering just how broken your character can get. Because there's some absolutely ridiculous levels of power that your character can achieve starting at like mid-game. What are you? I can make better gems. I'll take that one, though. Unless he somehow brought himself back from the grave. It's not like he's going to be using it. Alright, and now there's two quests, or well, one quest I can continue here after I talk to Lakara, and a second that I can start.
Good day. What'll it be?
Or, well, I suppose I'll just do things as I will.
Is that so? Let's take a look. That bastard! He murders my dear sister Jera in cold blood, then waits 30 years and thinks a note will make everything right. You tell Durfel that if I ever see him again, I'm going to gut him.
Oh, hey, Jake Shuffle! What exactly have you heard about the crazy builds?
You're not from around here, are you? I am Eli Thames, and I could use your help with a delicate task. Lord Candrian wears a large ceremonial signet ring. He removes it only to sleep. I need you to go to Candrian Keep and steal it. Excellent. I'm told that Lord Candrian keeps it in his bedroom in Candrian Keep. Obtain the ring and return to me for another task. Farewell.
Could do that in a bit, but first... Lakara... What?
After all this, I'm grateful to be alive. And uneaten. It was lucky that you showed up when you did. I must say, I'm impressed, neophyte. Few of your rank would be able to handle a necromancer of Morkan's power. I will remain behind, attend to the village. You should report to Savant Engar as quickly as you can. Farewell.
Alright. Let's do the Lord Candrian.
Greetings, stranger. Join me for a drink, won't you?
This guy is actually kind of important.
Growing up, my mother did not speak of her family here in Candrian. The few times she mentioned them, I got the feeling that she did not care for them. I am beginning to understand why. I tried to talk to my uncle about the Tuatha menace, but he immediately cut me off and banished me from the keep. I do not think a ruler should be so obstinate.
The guy's own uncle just completely banished him from the keep for talking about the Tuatha. The current Lord of Candrian is completely useless. I think I can just walk right in. If not, I do remember where the alternative entrance is. I hope both of you feel better soon. Yeah, it doesn't... this place doesn't really get shut down until later. Fair enough. Have an excellent day, Magnifico. This is the Lord of Kandrian.
You're not here about the blasted Tuatha, are you? My sister's dim-wit son. She betrayed the family and married one of those contemptible Loselfar traders. She went north, and we heard nothing of her for years until a messenger turned up on my doorstep with that son of hers. Apparently, they both died of the plague and left this burden of theirs on me. After the Tuatha invasion, overnight it seemed, most of Kandrian lay in ruins. Rather than lose all, we fortified Kandrian Keep. Melaglir survives too in our shade, because it is close enough to defend without sacrificing our security. In every incursion upon Rathir by foolish upstart tyrants, Kandrian Keep has never fallen. Even if all of Kandrian and Melaglir succumb, my family's keep will stand fast. It is not for nothing this land and this keep bear my family's name. We've protected this region for generations, a fact those peasants in Melaglir occasionally take for granted. I forgive them this. It was not an easy choice to make, and it is a heavy one to bear. It is close enough to our keep that my guard can defend both without too much risk. That is why I can safely leave a garrison there. Without our protection, they would have been razed years ago, and this keep would be all that's left of old Kandrian. What's the point in fighting them? You kill one and it gets right back up. No, it is better if we stay here and keep them from getting what we have. Forgive me if I don't show you out.
The guy's a prick. I do understand the caution there. Going to war shouldn't really be your first option. However, it's kind of at a point where there isn't really a choice, and this guy's choosing to sit on his hands. Like, well, technically there's a choice. However, the choice in question is perish, apparently. Well, do or die. That's the choice in this case. Which is not really much of a choice at all. Especially in a case like theirs where they were just existing and they didn't choose to be the targets of the Tuatha's bigotry. This is definitely a case where doing nothing and just defending and hoping for peace is not going to work. The Lord Kandrian doesn't realize that he has to go on the offensive at some point. And that's the reason why he's honestly kind of useless.
Ah, good, you got the ring. With this, we're one step closer to forcing Lord Kandrian out of his keep and unshackling the Kandrian Guard to challenge the Tuatha. We need to modify the ring before we return it to Lord Kandrian. There is an altar in western Kandrian that is perfect for our needs. Take the ring there and place it on the altar. There may be some resistance to your efforts. Just ensure nothing disturbs the ring until it's finished. Return to me when you're done. Farewell.
Alright. Alright, I think I'm going to return to Durfel first. Because his quest is actually longer than this Kandrian one. And at a certain point, I have to return to Melaglir anyway for Durfel's quest.
Hello there.
Because I believe there's a circlet.
I trust everything went well delivering the letter to Matix Dace? I'm not sure he took kindly to it. Regardless, you have completed the second labor. For your next labor, I need you to retrieve a sword, Hellbane, off the body of a great Varani blade master known as Three Swords. Farewell.
Hang on. Alright, I'm gonna have to return to Melaglir a couple of times then. Is there... Well, there's technically 8 labors. He gives you 3 of them at once at some point, I believe. Or maybe 4? Oh, it is. Unfortunately, Durfel's quest requires so much backtracking, you can't really tackle everything at once. Oh, hey, Lorestone. Let me pick you up.
The summer Fae suffered the winter's onslaught. They collided amidst lightning and fire, and a god storm gathered up the land in its embrace, crushing it. Do you remember the steady rain? The hail of bodies, both wintry and warm? It was a sword carving the plains with death.
Hello there. You have acquired Hellbane. Excellent. Now, for your next labors, I need you to collect some items. The Bloodstone, a circlet, and the Rose of Kandrian. The Bloodstone in particular must be bought. Here is some gold to do so. Farewell.
Alright, Rose of Kandrian is around here, I can do that. And then it's time to pivot into Gallifore. The Kandrian quests are going to have to wait, it looks like. At least to reach completion. Or, well, the Lord Kandrian quest. Which is fine. I'm sure it's not really a secret that the, Lord Kandrian is going to wind up kicking the bucket. Why are you lot camping a grave? Ow. But, actually, how many quests have I completed? 97 so far. Granted, there's some quests in this game that can never be completed because they're intended as infinite money grinds. But I don't think I'm making bad, time, really. Alright. There we go, take that. And then I can head up through Galafor over here. There's some quests that are bugged, or they just never showed up.
Come on, we'll find. See you.
Whoops. Wait, what? Oh, right, I never returned to you.
I knew I could count on you to bring her back. I could see it in your eyes. A spark of recognition. You have a love too. We did at one point, you know. There is no thanks worthy of this deed. You were entitled to something. I was a hunter once. Those days are finished. Yours, it seems, are just beginning.
I did this guy's quest and forgot to turn it in. That... Yep. You lot are so far below me in terms of level. It's not even worth stopping to fight you. So that guy's quest, I'd gone and rescued his lover. Because she and a few others had gotten locked in a crypt. Oh shoot, Frost Champion, I cannot be using ice here. Okay, now I can use ice. Yeah, no. That's Sylvanite, what am I thinking? But his lover and a few others had gotten locked in a crypt. So I'd gone and saved them. And then I just completely forgot to turn in the quest, apparently. Okay. Galafor is home to my least favorite, village in the game. It's full of fools.
You've come to Nareen Farm. What's left of it, that is. Here we are after years away, and it's as if, well, as if the Earth's forgotten us. That, or it's forgotten how to be a farm. We'll have no choice but to leave, unless some miracle comes, and... Why, Auric, dear, we'd clean forgot the paling wand. Oh, but it's deep in the hollow, and the Adaris Hollow's not safe at all. Well, if the stories are true, Auric's granddad used it to tame this high land and make crops grow. He'd always say how he had to return it to the hollow, so the hollow's magic could fill it up again. Our seeds don't take, or they turn into other plants. The weeds grow monstrous, and the tilled earth wanders out of planted rows. It's hopeless. You would? There are all sorts of wild fae in there. Oh, but that wand would save us. Adaris Hollow's due south, just below the bluff. If you can bring the wand to us, I don't know how we'll thank you. For now.
Okay. I want the lore stone. Hi. The bar guest in the distance isn't even rendered. But that village up there is full of elitist fools. There's a few people in there I don't mind, but... no, I can't guarantee I'll find the rest of this. There's a few people in there I don't mind, but that is one of the few towns in the entire game where I have genuinely considered just murking everyone in it before.
For 500 summers, autumns, winters, and springs, the blossoms on my pearl tree bloomed ceaselessly and wantonly and fair. Why today have they fallen like tears? A dark doubt whispers, these flowers will not come again.
Yeah, so there was a quest earlier in Webwood where some lady in here in Cathras asked us to kill everyone in Canarok. Now, I actually like Canarok, so I said no. If it was Tyrion's Rest she wanted destroyed, though, I probably would have agreed. The village is that bad. And we'll see more about that in a bit here. Because I'm going to be ambushed pretty soon by someone from Tyrion's Rest.
First, the pearl tree. Then the shapes of trees and heads and hawks, made by the white caps of the waves before they crashed. Then 1,000 other wonders in my lands have faded, failed, and fallen still. All I know and love is slipping from my grasp.
Alright, hello, you pompous bitch.
I saw you speaking with the vagrants on Beggar's Bluff. What lies have they told you? Why have you come this way? You must not. Lyria has cast them out. The very fact that they must debase our blessed valley with fey sorcery proves it. Instead, you should bring the wand to me. Priestess Orella will destroy it, and that will be an end to that. They'll be forced to go. Those heights across the Vale went by another name before the war. Now, because of the filthy refugees who wander in from the western plains, we call it Beggar's Bluff. Galafor has been sanctified and blessed by Lyria. Those who weathered her wrath unscathed are blessed as well. I will not deny the Nareens lived here once. I even played with Arak as a girl, but they have no place here anymore. Lyria did not shield them from the Tuatha. It was against her will that they remain. We are truly blessed that she is here to lead us. I'm fortunate she holds me in her closest confidence. Only to see those vagrants leave our land peacefully, nothing more. Fear not. You will be rewarded with gold as well as Lyria's grace.
Yeah, by the way, the entire town's like that. With the exception of a few people. Oh, my pronouns today are he, they. How you doing today, Piku? Into 4. Hey. Yeah, I need a few other, like, cheap redeems. Because the ones I have are a little more expensive on account of them actively messing with the way I play the game. Like, depending on what run I'm doing, some of those redeems could quite literally force me to start over. Fair enough. Yeah, I still need to add ways for you to play with Nightbot. Because I know how much you like to play with Nightbot. But the entire town of Tyrann's Rest in this game believes themselves superior to everyone else because they don't have to deal with the Tuatha. Though, let's be real here, Tyrann's Rest is like here, as the Tuatha are coming from here. It's not like Tyrann's Rest is in the warpath, the way some of the towns they look down on are. There we go. So... Oh, I was already heading the right way. That alone makes me really annoyed by them. They genuinely despise refugees. Like, Amer isn't really the best for the refugees. But they don't... outright try to drive them off the way Tyrann's Rest does. And it gets even worse when you realize the hypocrisy of what it is they're saying. There's something else I'll be back to later, but it is very hypocritical for them to be saying that Fey magic is evil and wrong and debasing everything that Lyria stands for, when Lyria herself is a Fey. Like, it's not really something that comes up. It was hinted at previously, but a bit of the lore that was actually confirmed by the Fatesworn expansion is that the gods in this universe are Fae. They exist within Ashara. It was hinted at before, but it was outright confirmed. So the fact that the priestesses in this place are bad-mouthing the Fae while claiming to praise Lyria is very hypocritical. Or while singing Lyria's praises is very hypocritical. So I just do not like Tyrion's Rest. So yeah, I'm giving the Paling Wand back to the vagrants on Beggar's Bluff. And then we're gonna head into the rest proper. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to come back to Tyrion's Rest a few times. But for now, let's just focus on clearing out the quests that can be completed in this area. Across here. Oh, if you can hear it, don't mind the wind chimes in the background. We have the windows open. Hello.
You've been to the Hollow? Did you find the Paling Wand? 1,000 blessings on your head. Look, Arik, the Paling Wand. Just as your grandfather spoke of it. You've given us hope when we needed it most. We have little to offer but these herbs. Take them, and bless you. I, for one, will take great joy in wishing her sour face a blessed day every time we meet. That Arella, she was what you'd call quite a bit adventurous before the war came and she took up the priestess mantle. Me and Arik here have come back to farm our land. We've been many years away, endured many a trial and hardship to return. Oh, he's a bit quiet, I know, but he's the man for me. Wouldn't have no other. Look at it, laid out before you. How many nights that we've been lonesome wanderers have I dreamed of seeing this again, and now at last we've returned. The Paling Wand will let us make a farm of this abandoned waste. Not without sweat and toil, mind you, but make it all the same. So long.
Save. Alright, so Galafor has its own set of lore stones, I believe. Yeah. Although, what is that buff? Plus 20 health. It's not even plus 20%, it's just plus 20. That's kind of sad. Alright, it's back up here.
For truly, my children, we are loved and blessed by Lyria. Lyria, goddess of fate.
You. Alright, save.
Approach and await the wisdom of the fates. I am the great Kel's Cafferty, sworn and scrupled servant to the Sisters of Destiny. Speak, that I may divine your future, and through my gift, bless your mortal soul.
I'm just here to buy something.
Traditionally, this sort of transaction happens under more discreet circumstances, if you understand my meaning.
I don't care.
I'll part with it for a hefty price. Very well. It's practically highway robbery, but I'm not in any condition to argue. Pleasure doing business, friend.
Okay, what even is my luck with these persuasion rolls? I've gotten some ones that I really should not be. Alright, this bitch.
Welcome to the Reedsong Inn. Come in, and Lyria light your way. If you can spare a coin for our troops in the war, well then, all the better. That I do. We all must do our part. Have you got a few coin to spare, then? And what about them? I don't see what they're doing to fight the Fae. There's a good soul. Say, would you do one more favor for an olden keep? This purse is full of collections. Would you be so good as to bring it to the box in our sanctuary? I can't go myself, and there's someone I can't trust. If you want to know the truth of it, someone's been swiping from the collections. We don't know who, but I'm sure you weren't the one. Lyria, bless your fate. Sanctuary's just across the bridge at the end of the walk. The box is inside. And if you happen upon the thief, and in my opinion it must take place in the darkest night, tell the priestess to white nil at once. I hear the conditions in Cluricon are just wretched. My own son was there, gave his life for the cause. That's why I've taken up collection. Every coin goes to those poor soldiers across the water. High Priestess Tyrion made camp right here on her sojourn to settle Rathir. It is said she was given a vision by Lyria on this very ground. As long as you're not a sodding fae, you're most welcome here. Our goddess and protector, the Alphar's guiding light, it was her will we were spared the Fae sword 10 years back. Right enough.
Yeah, sure, the soldiers need some, they need support. But at the same time, there are people genuinely, suffering. That these people are driving away because they find them filthy. Alright, can I actually find White Nil early? Locksmith doesn't come in until later. So maybe the alchemy? And yeah, like, I apparently am just rolling nat 20s on these persuasion checks. What the? You guys saw that, right? Okay, we're getting away from the door.
Why, welcome to Brad and Sergrin. What brings the likes of you to our peaceful little town? If it's trade, Aethiof and I are more than happy to have your business. Oh yes, Lyria's blessing, our priestess calls it. We have good trade, good health, no violence, no crime. Why, not a soul's been thrown in the... Ah, Gwastel, you old fool. You never did know when to keep your mouth shut. No, I've said too much already. Now listen here, if I so much as breathe a word of the prisoner, Priestess Corellon will... Oh, but there I've gone again. Please, not a word of this to anyone.
Okay, so that's how you're supposed to acquire that quest.
Come again.
I don't know what's going on here, but I'm leaving. Let's just hope that that resolves itself and I don't wind up with visual glitches like that again. Alright, there's the priestess. Which means that white nil is probably either unavailable or in this part. I am sorry about the visual glitch there.
You should not have given those wretches the wand. Now they will cling to that ruined farm. They stain the sanctity of our land. What other god or goddess holds magic, mystery, and fate in her hands? None. You would be wise to seek her favor.
Oh! Thank you for the reminder of your lurk, Art Dad. My pronouns today are he, they. Don't really have an interest in Tyrion's Rest propaganda. It's sometime in the middle of the night that someone steals from the collections box. Oh! I see Piku did see the visual glitch there. I'm so sorry, I don't know what happened there. I'm probably not going back into that building now. Because from what I know, it's actually not mandatory. I usually wind up finding out that quest by actually talking to the prisoner. I didn't even know that the alchemist told you there was one. I just found the prisoner. Yeah, I don't know if there's a follow-up quest from the alchemist, but I'm not going to be going that way. I'm just not going to be going back in there. If there is another quest there, I'm going to consider it a broken one. Come on, I need... Unfortunately, there isn't any way to wait in this game. You just have to wander. I could technically get a room and sleep. But I don't remember exactly when. Okay. Hello.
What are you doing here? I'm just here for a midnight prayer. Ah, what's the use? You've caught me. Yes.
Fair enough. Have an excellent day, Piku.
It's not as if those doomed sods off in Chloricon need this gold. Not half as much as where I'm putting it. Not in to drink, if that's what you're thinking. There's some wretches off in Forsaken Plain. They don't know it's me. Nobody does. But I leave gold for them when I can, down by Snowmelt. Bloody least I can do. No? Well, it's good to see someone who's got a heart for a change. If I was stealing for drink, they might give me a scolding. If they knew it was for Forsaken Plains refugees, they'd toss me in jail. There's Tyrion's Rest for you. Goodbye then. I'm going. Oh-ho. Aurella won't be too happy about this. Well, I never said a word.
I like this guy.
If you happen to wander down to Burren Cove, behind the jail itself, well, there might be sights to see. Hush. hush now. No sense in talking to that poor lot here. Ain't that right, friend? Just a sorry old remnant of the war. Not sorrier than those damn refugees, the poor sots.
I actually did not know that there were people in town who knew there was a prisoner. My opinion of Tyrion's Rest just got even lower.
The war? Ha! The war's a grislier beast than these poor fools have dreamt of. It's a fine hill, if you like to sit and rot in your old age. That or praise Lyria's tomes morn, noon, and night. All right.
I'm just gonna go with the prisoner pick there. I believe that's a rat. Hi. Where did you come from? Yeah, I thought this was one of those quests where you were supposed to just,
You are not Dill the White.
wander around and find it.
Have you come to laugh? Or to beg me for oracles? It was he and the priestess who put me here. He returns from time to time to sputter and gloat with his scarred thoughts. They brought me here to know the future, wanting riches, wanting luck. When I could give them none of those things, they spat and called me Tuatha and left. She saps the power from my limbs and uses it for her own. She is as the cypress, standing tall in a calm, yet bending in the slightest breeze. Nothing at all. I sit in reverie. I cannot stretch beyond the confines of this circle. Because the priestess and Nil the White put me here, and I cannot leave. It is a prison of powerful magic. The magic of the children of dust. Magic that is strange to me. Yes, more than anything. But as you see, I cannot. There is the gate, which Nil the White can unlock with his key. And there is the circle, my true prison, which can be broken by words only the priestess herself knows.
Okay. Back up we go. I have to... Like, it's up here, I think. No. There we go. I just couldn't interact with it earlier. I knew where it was. I've played this before. And the priestess is not... She's more careful than White Nil is. Or Nil the White. I'm going to, for the most part, exhaust her dialogue. I'm not going to completely exhaust it.
Dear, prosper and thrive. I have heard from Graham how you aided those vagrants. I am disappointed that you did not do what was right. However, all that comes to pass is within Lyria's plan. Time and faith will reveal her vision. When the wall brought Fae to our doors, there was but one righteous Almain, our own Aethiof. That is why we welcomed him and his willful daughter to our home. By my Lady Lyria's grace, I have the power to heal and to cure. Why, Lyria is goddess of magic in our people. You should know that. Come pray in the morning in my sanctuary. Learn your own faith. In the 10 years since war swept across these plains, I have guided this village by Lyria's light and by the wisdom of her teachings. I was a humble student of faith when I heard the call. It was so keen and clear. I left the temple that day to serve my people as I could. We must do what we can for our Alfar soldiers across the water. Mayra, our innkeep, takes donations for the cause. Our village is a lesson in Lyria's blessings. Take the 2 villages, Tirin's Rest and Colm. When the Tuathas struck this land, which stood strong? That which loved Lyria most.
That which wasn't on the coast.
You may visit its ruins on the coast. They are a testament to what befall all who displease my Lady of Fate. Aethiof's daughter, and the others who went to resettle there showed great ignorance as to the finality of her will. Bless you.
Hello.
We're just gonna do that.
Not a refugee, are you? Don't look it. No Fae, no refugees, not in Tirin's Rest. Tuatha, summer, winter, it makes no difference. They're no friend of mortal kind. What do you expect of a thing with no grasp of morality, or honor, or death?
You are very prejudiced and very misinformed. The Tuatha are the only ones that actually hate mortals. The rest of them are like, whatever.
The priestess guides, and I guard. She lights the path, and I keep a sharp eye on those that stray.
You can technically get the key through a dialogue check. I just didn't want to risk failing that one.
They'd have done well to lead a pious life before the war. They think they can come crawling here for a second chance. But it's too late. Wheat has been parted from the chaff. There is nothing for them but to accept their fate as Lyria dealt it. I fought in Galliford Plain and the War of Paris. Took a wound in Oriator's lance. I served my time, served with honor.
And yet you're not on the front lines. Curious.
I fought in the war, but Priestess Corellon is my general now. Without her guidance, every one of us will be huddled in tents like refugees.
You'd be better off.
Huh?
Those she holds dear prosper and thrive, yet the strong and the proud fall beneath her displeasure. Go in peace, be guided and blessed by Lyria, my children.
And here we go. Time to free the Fae. I really wish there was a dialogue option to tell these fools that I'm technically part of the Summer Court.
My powers return. Benevolent child of dust, accept this gift. Find me among hill and dale. If you are hurt, I will heal you. First, I must leave this cave a little while, mortal, and renew myself with the land. I have not yet made up my mind what turn of seasons are due to him. I do not think they will be mild. The spell is cut like the tree's deep root. What power she took from me have ceased to flow.
Heh. Alright, I'm gonna go back to the inn. Because I think there's a few things I can do there. But I really wish that there was an opportunity to say, hey, I'm part of the summer court, and just watch their minds break. Because that would just completely break them.
Yet the strong and the proud fall beneath her Oh, I know you are the one who freed that danger. Yes, danger. He came to me, cursed me. My powers are gone. I cannot heal or protect the people of my village. And then what he did to White Nil, the poor man. He is down in the cove now, crawling around like a mindless animal. That Fae stole my power, but what it did to Nil, what misery you've brought on our heads.
I could attempt a persuasion check here, but I'm not feeling nice.
And you presume to know her will? Perhaps Nil strayed from Lyria's path. But you are certainly not to judge. Pray to Lyria for forgiveness and healing. Even if I had my former powers, I would not waste them on you meddling ingrate. Bereft of his senses after the Fae, he's gone down into the cove, and nothing I say will make him come out again.
I'm actually a little upset that there's not consequences for,
Well, a new face.
Not doing the quests fast, or the main quest fast enough. I'd like to see this place raised.
Ah, so you tried and never found that thief then, did you? I fear what may befall us, I do. We shall be cast upon the plains with all the other wretches if this goes on. Nobody's been able to find him or her, including you. This will end badly one way or another. Mark my words. Porella sermons grace and patience, but I lost a son. I'd go over there and wring every one of their evil necks. I'd come back and wring the ones on this side afterwards, for good measure.
That is not the response of someone who's just lost a son. You already had hatred before this.
Well, here we are again, you and I. You've done a sorry old veteran a good turn. A good turn to more than just me.
Ah, nothing about the Fae. Fair enough. Alright, there... I should go wander around Gallifore a bit.
Please, can't you help?
Talk to you.
Can't you help? I need someone to travel to the Tawili coast. It's my daughter. Anala led a group of refugees to the town of Culm. I warned her not to go, but she's always been a strong-willed girl. I should have heard from her by now, and the caravanners say that bands of Tuatha have landed on the coast. If anything happened to Anila, I don't know what I'd do. Please, help me. You will? At last. Mitharu bless you, friend.
I'm not a fan of Mitharu or Lyria, really.
Look for her there. If she's hurt, bring her back safely. If she's dead, I am so
Alright, I know I said I wasn't going to do this, but let's go check the apothecary. I can just reload if this crashes. Fuck. Okay.
What can I do for you? My business partner. Poor fellow. He's lost so much to the coast. Now his own daughter's gone back there. It'd be a risky venture to say it will end well. Just an old merchant, enjoying a comfortable life in the countryside, although trade has been rather slow lately. We buried our things during the war. I left something I love, but with all the danger there, I won't go wading back.
Okay.
I've gone and run on at the mouth again. Tyrion's Rest is a lovely place, and what's done is done, and locked away and forgotten. Trade is good. Not what you'll find in Rathir, to be sure. But please, have a look for yourself. Come again.
So, you have nothing to say about the fact that I let the Fae out of the cage. Right. Why would you? It's not like I just completely fucked your priestess over or anything. That would be foolish. Okay. Galafor stones. Where are the Galafor stones? Well, there's one on the way to Rathir, so I'll get that later. That is another thing I get later. This is a quest that sometimes bugs and won't let you complete it, but I'm going to do it anyway. Why am I using ice against an ice sprite, or a frost champion? Okay, I don't actually remember what's supposed to go where. I could read the book. Or I could mix and match. I think reading the book will take less time, though. Not really much point in any of that. Are you using that right now? On Fae Vitality. Okay, that does not. Alright. So... Actually, let's put the red one here. Purple here. And blue here. After that, I'll try swapping blue and purple. No. Okay. Ow. So let's try red here. Blue here. And then purple over here. No. And then we swap blue and purple again. Aha! Little boggart summoned. There we go. That's the quest completed. It's a cute little quest. But it can never truly be completed. Okay. Where is the last... Let's go here. Mostly because I don't want to get the boggart killed, because I think that one can perma-die. But you'd think that... Or maybe it is actually further south? Where am I missing the Gallifore stones? Because I know where one of them is, but where's the other the other two? Yeah, I don't care. Weird. I believe the friendly boggart is still over there. I must have to go down then for the remaining lore stones. Let's hope this doesn't count as a Katha. Why are you white? Your names should be orange or green. I know you can open. There's something behind there, I believe. What? Skelly, why? Gloam Thicket is part of a Scolia Arcana side quest. Oh, there was one up here. Okay. That leads to Sky Crown, I believe. And that's a Stone of Summer, but I should come back down for it anyway. Where is the 5th Gallifore stone?
Will I watch the last of life flow from my lap? Will I stand still as stone while the essence of its beauty drains away? No. Like Issa, girding armor against Own, I, Mihari, will wrestle with the sinking sun, if that is what it takes to keep my land.
Hi. Huh. I already got the one that was there. Which means this down here is all Akatha. Are there multiple along that path? This is a weird one.
It was then that Issa brought forth the talisman of fate and entered the marsh. This craven arena, a place of life and death. The winds carried the songs of the dying. The Maya sucked the bones of armies below the sea loam. And the mist shielded the eyes of your ancestors from the horror as the two armies clashed.
Moving on. Why did the enemy just despawn? I'm hoping that there's a second Galivore stone along
I
here.
have rolled up the song within these lands, raked the life from the bones of the earth. I've left it shivering and stripped bare. Behold its dying magic in my arms.
Thank you for missing. Bye-bye. My first time in Rathir will be when I have 3 faction quests that require it. Because I have 1 faction quest that requires it at the moment. Okay, there is one over here. Thank you.
Time may sap this country dry and night put out its spark. Still one valley will not be changed. For in its depth lies buried all the magic from these lands. And I will call it Galifore. And it will sing my dying song, long after all the rest is dust.
You...
What am I going to do? I've got to be going, but I can't. And I can't go back to Doveyarn, but I must. The war, my friend. The war. I've been called. The truth is, I should have been gone days ago. Only I'd be far more eager for the adventure if I had my family arms with me. They're in there, Doveyarn. Ancestral staff and talisman. What any self-respecting Arn's worn to battle since time immemorial. If I hadn't left them somewhere in that damned tower, I'd be wearing them now. I'm not supposed to be here. I ought to have shipped out days ago. That's what I've been trying to say. I need, well, want to get my family arms and slip off before anyone knows I was here. Only, how? You're serious, aren't you? Well, with any luck, the old staff and talisman are still in one piece back there, though I have my doubts. I'd pay just to know if they are or not. Thing is, Doveyarn's an official army post now. To get in, you'll need an officer's pass. Hurry if you can. They might find me any moment.
His is actually a very simple quest. I just need to pass a persuasion check, and I might save scum just to make it faster. Actually, yeah, let's save here so I can save scum if I wind up failing this a bunch.
This is Dolveon. You an officer? That's right. Officers only. If you bloody likely story.
Load. I probably should have let him finish what he was saying. The fact that that's 45% and I failed that when I passed the 20% one earlier, or 30% or whatever. Why does it feel like I'm less likely to get through the, more likely ones?
This is Dolveon. You an officer? Got an officer's pass? No pass, no entry. That's right. Officers only. If you've got a pass, show it here. Bloody likely story. Better scram before I lock you up for attempted impersonation and bribery.
Load. Oh wait, I have a persuasion buff necklace I can put on. Maybe that'll help. Inventory, accessories, low so far.
This is Dolveon. That's right. Office bloody likely story. Better scram before.
Okay, what? One of these days it has to roll in my favor, right? Or well, one of these reloads. Pickpocket might actually be faster, but whatever. Accessories. Whoops.
This is Dolveon. That's right. Officers, an odd night drinking in Rathir, was that it? Woke up with less in your pockets than you used to have. If I had a gold piece every time we see.
Okay, I just had bad luck.
Just back from the front. Well, have this pass we keep for visiting dignitaries, and try not to drink so much.
There we go. Yeah, I think I would have actually had to go into Rathir otherwise. Which is not something I wanted to do. Like, I want my first time in Rathir to actually just be when I get a bunch of stuff done. Cradle of Summer I'm outright avoiding until after I visit Rathir the first time. Simply because I have to go back to the Cradle more often than I have to go back to literally everywhere else, I think. Or, no. It's Rathir I have to go back more than anywhere else. The Cradle is just how I essentially finish. Ooh, I need the Mabrin. Some military outpost. Ow. See, the main quest has us go into the Cradle and then out and about throughout, the rest of Arathel. And then back to the Cradle, through a dungeon, through Urul Tusk. And then to Rathir, and from Rathir we go to Melson Shear. I would like to, after Melson Shear, pivot into Gallows End. However, I'm not sure if General Tolera's quest and Ural Tusk at least temporarily locks me out of some of the other things I need to do in Rathir. I don't think it does, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. There's only one individual I have to be careful about missing content of. Well, actually, no, two. There's like 2 or 3. And those are in Cluricon. Like, there's some people in Cluricon, like, a quest you can outright lose access to if you progress with another too far. And a trainer you lose access to if you progress too far through, the House of Sorrows questline. Actually, I think the House of Sorrows questline may be the trigger for, both of those individuals that I'm thinking of being lost. Because House of Sorrows... well, it has a lot of sorrows. I don't even know what else to say there. Ooh, a platinum talisman. I will keep that. I can dismantle it later. Now to find my way back out of here. Because whoever... pardon. Set this place up as a military outpost clearly wasn't thinking anybody would be going into that room. Nope. So it's over here. And you, are you locked? No. Cool. Ooh, look at all that Mabrin wine. If I'm remembering correctly, I need that for a quest. Because I think there's a guy in Rathir who, in order to complete a quest involving him, you have to get him drunk. And he will specifically overdrink Mabrin wine. I could be misremembering the kind of wine, but I will not turn up my nose at that on the off chance that that's the correct beverage. Okay, so even they acknowledge that the back end of the keep, or the Dolve, is a mess. Then why don't you fix it? Or clean it? Or something?
So, you got in old Dove arm then? I hope it wasn't much trouble. Were you able to recover my arms? The staff wasn't rotted through, was it? That's it! No mistaking this old piece of wood. I feel braver just holding it in my hands. And the talisman? Did you find it in its place? Ah, wonderful. I couldn't say how many blades and arrows this saved my family from. I'll feel safer with it on my arm, all the same. Here, have this for your troubles. Life in a fortress sounds grand, but I'd take Rathir, with its pets and food and fair-eyed ladies, any day. Nothing like it anywhere in Amalur, I promise you. Beauty, elegance, wisdom. There's no putting it to words, really.
My favorite city in this game is Issa.
The name of Arn kept me safe until now. but the war is a hungry beast, and I suppose it was in my cards to be called sooner or later. And Lyria guard us both.
Considering that guy's moving now, I think he despawns after a certain point. Merchant! Was that you?
Did you think the whole army was across the water in Chloricon? No, I'm afraid some of us are stuck here in Dole Arn in Rathir.
I will gladly take your lockpicks. And the Prismere ones. 'Cause I think I can fast travel here if I get close enough. Okay, I did unlock it, it just didn't register.
Feels good.
How are you playing that was just a loot?
You look like you've been in some tight spots. There's a bounty out on a damn set of deserters. What do you say? 5 full crew of fresh recruits had the gall to get fully equipped on our gold coin before they up and ran. The turntails, arms, and armor we can do without. But I'm afraid we also gave each crew a bottle of bog staunch. That's what I need recovered. Cure for a sickness that strikes some the moment they enter Chloricon. Devilish hard to make. We can't have fool deserters running off with any. I thought you looked the sort. The fools are run off down the coast. They'll be hiding here and there where they can, I imagine.
Alright, I need the bathroom and to go get a refill on my drink, so I'm gonna put you lot in an ad and I will be back. Okay. Save. What we're gonna do... really? Alright, so we're gonna get the... Well, we'll start off at Moon Camp. Collect some things. Including quests. Well, mostly quests. You over here, what do you teach?
A thief may turn a lock, a brigand steal a key, but fly high.
I will gladly take that. Alright, so you were also a basic trainer then, because I, do not have a ton in the way of stealth. Oh, come on. You over here. Yorman?
Hello, stranger.
Why is Moon Camp glitching out?
Care a wager?
Need some leverage with greedy merchants. Bartering is just a kind of...
Okay, you're a mercantile trainer.
It's a bit... Remember me?
Fudge. Can you not?
What is this specimen before me? I can only think that you were the skilled one the Hierophant said I was to expect. If only you had come sooner, then you might have helped to keep my mare's heart here. Oh, nothing I should be bothering you with. After all you've accomplished in Star Camp, what's so special about a broken-hearted Alpha? I should tell you more.
I could technically help him, but I'm not going to.
Oh, you must give me a moment. Mare, my poor, lovely mare. I'm in no state to be aiding you right now. I should be alone. I still need some time. Very well. Go to the Hierophant Shrine and pray. There you will receive portents of the next mission from our Grand Leader. Exeul.
I actually don't know why this is deciding to be such an annoyance right now, considering I'm using the mini-map to, Alright. I just need... I'm gonna be coming right back to the Fate Weaver after this. I just need the points in Mercantile so I can get the trainer. And might happens to be what the game defaults you to. Trainer, you? Or, no, you're the bard. Where's the other one? Other one's over by the wall.
What are you looking at?
There is so little in this. I bid you.
There we go.
Like your chances?
And now I can go acquire or put my stuff back. Why are you... I don't know why it's deciding that Erythel is where it wants to glitch. Okay. And then I have two more. Let's... I think I had them in Persuasion. I can't remember what I actually had them in, but... Okay, it's 23... So 5 more here. That's 5. And then I know I had this up at 5. So I've got 7 more. And 3 more here. Alright, I do know that I'm going to be coming back to this camp not very often. I think I'm going to come back here a total of like twice. Just because of the glitching.
Ah, yes, but it is strange. You seem cloaked in shadow, hidden from my gaze. Ah, it is you, Shade. We are far from the woods of Dalentar. I see you are eager to serve your guide. Be mindful of your tone. I am the Hierophant, and it is through me that you earn your coin and living. Give me no cause to anger. I have seen the items which you must steal. The Chalice of Forced Vintage from the lower city, and the Signet Ring of Wyvern Gift from the upper city. And lastly, you must steal the Cowl of the Maiden from the Temple of Lyria. I give you these treasures as my blessing. Indeed, we are
talk to the exclamation point over here, because this is one of those ones that's unable to truly be completed.
What's needed?
Someone off the road. Tell me, do you have any peasant clothes that you're looking to get rid of? I can pay you for them. Indeed. It is not clothes so much as cloth. I'm a tailor by trade, and from my hands are born the costumes and curtains of our fair camp. But the players of our camp are always in need of new articles of dress. I need lots of material, and quickly. Bring me some peasant clothes and I can rework the material with relative ease. What say you? You mean truly? It's been a while since I've had any good material to work with. I await your findings. Pleasant journeys.
It's one of those ones that I legitimately cannot complete, technically. But as long as I turn in the reward from it once, I'll consider it complete for the run. Okay, what? Fuck. I don't know why it's suddenly decided, or the game has suddenly decided that it needs to have these glitches. I'm gonna have to look that up later. It's not unplayable, but it does mean there's certain areas I'm avoiding for the most part. Particularly if I feel like it's going to get me in trouble with... I'm worried about Mithros. I'm just gonna say it. I am worried about Mithros. I forgot to reallocate my abilities. 1 second. Alright, so first of all... Whoops. Okay, that actually is on the correct stuff. There we go. Peasant clothes can be found just about anywhere, so I'm not too worried about actually finding those. I'm more worried about the game crashing when I try to go back into Moon Camp. Box Taunch number 1. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through, do this quest, as well as the Find the One Girl. Then I'm gonna pivot into the Warsworn, because after the Warsworn, it'll... Eventually Warsworn will take me to Rathir. And then I'll call it once... and then I'll do this, come back over here, and then I'll call it at, like, the gates to Rathir. I could be misremembering how some of those quests go, but whatever. Oh, no. Not the mages. The Freeman Deserter mages are the worst, because they do that. They just want to use me. To fill their own mana pools. If I feel like the game is getting to a point where it's unplayable, like genuinely unplayable, we'll work out what it is I can do otherwise. But for starters, I think I'm going to just see if I can figure out how to fix those glitch sections. Because for the most part, it shouldn't be that bad. Wait, what are you? Okay, then. Hello, Freeman. I'm not too worried about this game being unplayable for the most part. It really is just Mithras I'm worried about on that. Because Mithras is buggier than the other areas just in general. So if those graphics errors continue into Mithras, the game might legitimately become uncompletable. I'm hoping that doesn't happen, but you can never be sure. It's not like I don't have the next game I intend to play all planned in this slot planned out.
The newly met peoples, beasts and flowers. If I am a liar, there is no truth under Lyria. The temper of our tired family calmed before waves, and hidden among the rocks, the shadowed nooks of beach and shore, a secret to all but our ancestors, the arcane wielded by Lyria's chosen, a sanctified buttress, the grounds on which they practiced her magic arts.
Make it quick. Thank Natharu. I thought I'd die here, the last of Cole's settlers. Alone. Nella and the foragers were out when the Tuatha came. It was a massacre until they returned and drove them off. She and the others set off for Verki, where Nella said they came from. If you've got any hope of finding her alive, you'll get there quickly.
Fair enough. Moving on. Oh, right, the circlet. I forgot about the circlet. I think the circlet for Durfal's laborers. That's in Rathir. Okay. So we're not going to be doing any of the other stuff just yet then. Really? Ow. You pin yourself to a wall. Mill. Nice to meet you. How you doing? And might I ask you, are crabs arachnids? Please answer my question first. Down and around here. Fair enough. I don't know either. I just did that, asked that as a bot check. I remember liking this game a lot as a kid, which is part of why I'm going back through and calling it on-nostalgic this playthrough. Oh, I'm goofy? Hey, I just happened to have a question in mind, and I asked trivia as a bot check. I'll be back for that later. But story-wise and gameplay-wise, there's only one spot so far where I've really been disappointed with the story. There's been plenty of characters I haven't liked, but only really one spot so far that I haven't really been all that impressed with the story aspect. And the gameplay is still as fun as I remember it being. However, I am running into some more glitches, so I'm going to be taking a look at that later. Ah, okay. Oh dear. Oh dear. Well, it's an action-adventure game, which means that it's... not everybody likes action-adventure. So that is all just down to personal preference. I personally like the story for the most part. There's a few odd sections out, but that's any game, really. Is that Dreadscale? That's Dreadscale. And there's some remaster-specific glitches that I'm not really too fond of, honestly. I've already run into a couple. Yesn't. The storylines themselves are linear, but technically speaking, you can do almost anything at any time. It's just not really recommended. Like, this is the map we're working with here with this game. And what I meant by action-adventure game is that it puts a higher focus on combat mechanics than the actual roleplay. Although there is some roleplay elements in it. It's got factions that you can join, a bunch of side quests too, but as far as the main storyline goes, it does branch out after Issa. However, it does start off super linear. Or the main quest starts off as super linear, and there is some linearity in the main quest, even as it branches off, if that makes sense.
A foulness unknown to Tyrion's tired pilgrims lumbered in the plains. Laboured grunts trumpeted the call of brutish Jotun, the giant king of old. The hammer wielders, in grievous march they trampled wood and tumbled stone. The fleshy weight of steppes crushed the bones of warriors past. Kelleran's legion spread too thin. Beala's prayers went unanswered, and the fear of death came too easily with the heavy step of the hill dwellers.
So yeah, I have to say that my answer to whether this game is linear is yes and no. Well, I don't mind a bit of linearity when it comes to storyline, though, because that prevents situations where you're doing the same exposition 4 quest cutscenes in a row. Oh, you've been doing Elden Ring. What about Elden Ring is upsetting to you? And thank you for the compliment on the voice. I do not, at this particular moment in time, plan on getting a face cam. However, we'll see if a few years down the line I'm a little less concerned about privacy on that front.
My work here isn't done. Unless you're going deeper into Verki, I'll take my leave. I'm not going back until the work is done. We just have to help. They're coming in through the water gates in the depths of this place. They must have found them. That's their way in. Unexpected, but thank you. With you here, we just might make it. Let's go. Are we going?
This game is nowhere near as difficult as Elden Ring. For the most part. You're seeing how quickly I'm melting through their health bars. At least for the normal enemies. I should go kill the Tuatha off in this section. I currently have this on the highest difficulty. Oh, it's Fair Gordon, not Tuatha. Alright, so your issue with Elden Ring is navigation. Well, that's FromSoft in general, I'm afraid. What part are you having trouble navigating with Elden Ring? Because I don't exactly know that game like the back of my hand, but I can point you in a general direction. Back over here. Why are you caught on a wall? What happened? How are you? Why? Or are you not? Oh, no, you're just... You were just kneeling. Okay, then. What do you mean by all good? Do you mean that you don't need help navigating anything? Let's just junk all of that. Okay. Fair enough. Navigation is actually my sister's problem with it. Mimsy's not really a big fan of difficult games in general. She prefers to have easy wins. However, in Elden Ring's case, she kept getting lost and couldn't read the map properly. And that's a problem she just has with open world games in general. She can't read the maps. Oh dear. I don't even think we have Final Fantasy 16. I know we have one Final Fantasy game, I just don't know which Final Fantasy game it is. And it is only the one. Are you going to let me sneak attack you? Nice try. Throw that out. Oh boy. Yeah, I probably won't be picking that one up yet then. I had enough problems with that in regards to Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Like, I don't mind cutscenes. However, I do mind when the game is 90% cutscene. If I can leave, go make and eat lunch and use the bathroom and come back and the cutscene's still playing, there's a problem. Oh, thank you for the follow. I hope you continue to enjoy my stream. Apologies for the voice crack. Ow. Fair enough. Have an excellent day, Mel. Okay. Well, yes, I would hope that you wouldn't follow me if you didn't like my content. I'm just saying I hope you continue to like it. Okay.
They can't get in this way anymore. Let's go. Are we going?
What? Why did I teleport? Why? Okay. So I go here, circle around, and then go to the Warsworn and finish that bit. Or, well, not finish, but...
And Anella, no thanks could ever be enough, but please, accept this humble reward.
Thank you. The Doctor's Medallion is one of those amulets that's really good no matter your build, but especially for might might characters. 10% health and 10% health regen per second is huge. Unfortunately, I happen to be it's a good noob crutch amulet. I used it my first few playthroughs. Unfortunately, at this point, I'm a little too good to justify that unless I'm specifically playing a might build. Alright, you have the bog staunch. Now I turn this into you. I'm probably going to save and quit in the Forsaken Plain, actually, because there's 2 quests I'll have to do there before making my way to Rathir. And I don't want to forget them, and I also need to look one of them up because it's one of those run around and hope you find what you're looking for type quests. Why are you so quiet? Up here. Get back here, merchant.
I'll make it back.
Thank you. Quests. Lock and key. That's down here. I might have to fast travel to Moon Camp. In order to progress this quest. Because if I fast travel to Rathir, then I have to deal with that entire cutscene, and it's not a long cutscene, but it's still a cutscene that I can't skip. I go up this way. And because it's a cutscene that I can't skip, it's annoying by default. You might actually chase me, so let's just get rid of you. Oh dear. There we go. I highly doubt you have anything I'm going to want. Okay. Hello, most important member of the Warsworn.
A powerful relic stolen from our vaults, and they send a single pledge shield. Have they gone completely mad? Who knows how many like it were in that vault, and how many stolen already? Let's go in. We'll see what we find there. In this vault lies every cursed, chaotic tool ever taken from our foes, before we became simple mercenaries. Its doors, its walls, its very floors are imbued with magic to keep these dangerous and powerful things in, and everything else out. Mike Castellan dislikes dust and old things that aren't sung in a tavern, so looking after them, worrying about them, falls to me. This place is mine alone to watch. Once we had shields enough to stand guard here day and night. Then the war came, and off to Cluricon they went. Now I come on my own once a fortnight and inspect the grounds. You can see where that got us. They were using it to summon Niskaru in those caverns. Terrible. This is what comes of forgetting and ignoring. You're far from it now, but it hangs over everything like a putrid fog. Sverri Cora in Melson Shear is Amalur and commands the Warsworn at the front. Come, this way.
She's actually right here. Those who do not learn history are doomed to repeat it.
That shouldn't be open. Mages! Are these the same ones from Brigand Hall? You there! Stop at once!
Let me just do that. I can sneak attack a good portion of these, I believe. If I'm careful. Make that all of them. Because I somehow didn't get spotted by the one that was actually patrolling.
I found this in the leader's hand. It's the key to the vault. Maybe a copy of it. Can't tell for sure. No knowing how many times they've been in here when they knew I wasn't about. We were lucky to come when we did. It was clasped in the leader's hand. I'll show it to Gryan Shame when I report to him. I must report to Gryan immediately. Meet back at Helmgard, Pledgeshield.
I never come back to this place. I mean, I could loot it, but I don't really see the point. I'm not too concerned about the chests and stuff that are in here, because I don't think there's anything that only spawns in here. Could be wrong. And if I am, oh well. Before I actually talk to anyone in Helmgard, I'm going to be dismantling everything in my inventory and making myself some new armor. Because I can make myself armor now. Oh, wait. There's no stagecraft altar here. Do I have any epic gems? Because epic gems, yes I do, okay.
Welcome to Helmgard.
The only place you can put epic gems is on...
I've got spear hubs, but no sworn to war.
Chest armor? Okay. Dreadscale mitt. Let's go with that. I don't want to use anything master at the moment. So let's go with flawless. Well, actually, that's not a huge one, so may as well. Before I forget and get myself arrested, let's do that. Because I think stolen stuff gets removed from your inventory if you get arrested. I'll come up with creative names for this stuff later, too. armor, 20% health. Actually, I kind of need the tankiness. Fine hair is awesome. And I can make my own gems of the subjugators. So I don't have to worry about preserving that. Let's actually go with robust. I don't want to use a master, but the 5 health is pointless. And Gem of Light is getting essentially thrown away here. Because that's useless to me. Items. That's useless for the most part. There's not enough out there that actually does bleeding damage. I don't think anyone actually uses those, so I can just sell that. I need the Rose of Candrian for now. Why do I get 2 headdresses from 1 headdress? Craft, and then I want mage armor. Platinum. I don't want to use that. That's going to be handy later. Barbed scales are pretty easy to get. You know what? Sure, why not? It's gonna... I mean, it's better for now. Okay.
I'm glad you're here.
What?
I've taken the precaution of jailing Gwyn. A bit heavy-handed, I know.
What?
But this is a serious matter, and only necessary until we've cleared this up. That vault was hers to watch over. This can't help but put her under suspicion. We have a small jail at the back of the keep. Useful enough, between the freemen and other sorts you find on the plain.
Why are you not by your throne? Or chair, or whatever?
Well, on the one hand, she was always consumed with all that dusty history. And it just doesn't seem like her. Fact is, if not Gwyn, someone helped those mages get in. But who? And how?
Can I sell? Thank you. I have... Before I forget, I also have the... I should, yeah, repair equipped. And actually, considering I can't even use the thing I just made, and I'm not really... Okay, that was worth dismantling. I didn't use anything important on that.
Every month.
Another 2 or 3 levels, and I'll be able to make use of a platinum talisman.
Don't tell me you believe I had a hand in this. After After all you've seen, this is a nightmare. That's where you're wrong. I'm guilty of looking too much to the past, of trying to warn them this could happen. But Grian would rather sweep this under the rug. That's why I'm in here. I wish I knew. Today's Warsworn aren't heroes or demon slayers, just mercenaries. Soldiers. Grian Shane is a shining specimen of the modern Warsworn. That our old enemy still lurks somewhere in the shadows? Yes, often and always upon deaf ears. The key! Gods damn it, he was in such a rush to throw me in here, I forgot. Take it, show it to Grian. If it is a copy, I know a master locksmith in Tyrion's Rest who might be able to help.
Okay.
Sworn to war.
Back up this way. Hey, idiot! I have a key.
What's this now? Key found among the vault intruders. I see. Well, I can say for certain that it's not the original. That was the first thing I checked after you went off to the vault.
Off I go to Tyrion's Rest. But I think this is the last time I actually have to go to Tyrion's Rest. Like, ever. I'm certainly hoping that's the case, at least. I don't like Tyrion's Rest. I don't want to go back to Tyrion's Rest. But I have to go back to Tyrion's Rest. Sigh. Alright. Down in the basement.
Come out! We know you're in here. Somewhere.
Oh dear. Can I get rid of one of you? Bye-bye.
Are they gone? Hello? Is somebody there? Thank goodness. I see I have you to thank. You and my clever hiding place. Can't imagine what those churls were after. They kept barking on about the Warsworn this and kill me that. But now tell me, what can I do to repay you? A brief lesson in the art of locks, perhaps?
And now I do actually have to talk to him again.
Good riddance. What? Do you mean it didn't work? This is one of my greatest achievements. I recreated that ancient marvel perfectly. I promised that pledge shield. Finnan, that was her name.
Oh, pardon?
I promised her. Surely she had permission, yes? She swore to me. Oh, I see. For pledge shield Finnan, yes. Now, if you will see yourself out.
Alright then, and I don't have to come back here. Because I also got the training. I honestly forgot that that guy was a trainer. Although it's a good thing I did get to him, because if I hadn't... yeah. Up. Let's handle the Finnan thing. And then after... Fennin will send me near Rathir. Close to wrapping up for the day.
General's inspection. The locksmith Pledgeshield Fennin, you say? Stole my key, had it copied, handed it to the enemy. We must confront her at once. Ori! Henry! Seize her!
May as well. I think I'm actually gonna go with stealth.
Pledgeshield Fennin's in the cells now. Go see if she'll talk. We've got to get to the bottom of this.
You locked up someone
What she knows.
who had absolutely nothing to do with this, simply because you wanted to sweep history under the rug. You're an idiot. The people in power in this game are not useful.
I'll confess. I know I can never make amends for the deaths I've caused. But I will try. I stole the key and had it copied. I gave it to... He swore he worked for the Alfar army. That this could end the war. A man named Elben Merok. I knew him from... That does not matter. He said he's a soldier in Tawili, though we always met pretty far south of the barracks, near the way into the marsh.
Off we go.
Given this turn of events, you are to find this man.
Forgot I had to talk to this guy.
Extract from him what you can. I have other work for Gwyn. Meet her in Rathir when you're done. Or the army. Help with the war. My gods!
And of course, that guy can't send anybody else on this. Alright, Marok. Hey, dumbass.
What's this here?
I see a Croddock.
Soldier come wandering down the coast. And just who are you? How do I know you're not that meddler? Best I'll kill you first and bring them word myself. I'm going to enjoy this.
just to get this over with faster.
God, don't kill me! I don't know who they are really, but they answer to somebody called Mad Heart. They're inside, or rather under, the Rathir Customs House. Never been in, but there's a password.
Alright. Back over here then. Because I've got some quests I've got to do tomorrow that involve the Forsaken Plains. And call it for today. We'll be heading into Rathir tomorrow. If you're interested in anything I've done up until this point, I do have a YouTube channel. You can check that out if you wish. I try to upload my stuff same day, and I do also, or I group my runs by playlist so they're easier to find. If you're interested in chatting off stream or seeing my announcements, please check out my Discord server. Do note, however, that the server is private, so unless you get a role, which you can get by interacting with Carlbots, you won't be able to see much, and if you don't have a role by Saturday, I will be kicking you off the server. If you would like to see my clips in an easier fashion, I do also have a TikTok, and the links to all of that are in the chat now. If you've made it this far and are curious to see where I go from here, why not drop a follow? It takes but one button press, and you can always change your mind if you decide my content isn't for you. So tomorrow, we'll be tackling the Bitter Cove stuff, and, well, trying to finish up that other quest involving here with the notes about the Withering War. After that, we'll be heading into Rathir. You will see why I wanted to do the calm stuff beforehand. Actually, let's swap the tasks to life's work. So I'll be heading around the Forsaken Plain and then Bitter Cove, and then from there I'll head to Rathir. You'll see why. Well, once I hit Rathir, I'll just be doing as many quests as I can, really. Up until it sends me outside of Rathir, which means, like, the Cradle of Summer, Akatha, and Kandrian. Those are the three big ones. Well, and Blackened Hall. If I'm remembering quest progressions correctly. Anyway. That's the plan. We're gonna kickstart Rathir's content tomorrow. Wednesday, it's back to Kena, Bridge of Spirits. I'll be finishing up Taro's quest, and going from there, probably exploring to see if I can't find the 4 rot that I missed in that section. Thursday and Friday, it's back to The Witcher 3. I actually don't remember where I left off there. Oh, right, Lamp. I left off at Lamp. We'll be continuing the Lamp quest. No, I don't remember anything else besides the fact that it's Lamp. Selective memory, you know how it is. So, YouTube. I've made it no secret that I absolutely despise the current trend of censorship on YouTube. Or, well, current aims of censorship on YouTube. And am still looking into alternative ways. I did bring it up with the rest of my group, so there is multiple people looking into it. Still looking into PeerTube and Invidious. I have to actually get started looking into Dailymotion, because I've heard that one might be good. And one of the people I'm working with recommended a Patreon. But I'm a little hesitant for that for a few reasons. Part of the reason YouTube worked was because it was free. But I might have to start doing Patreon content. I was considering doing Patreon at some point anyway. I just hadn't quite figured out what I wanted to do for Patreon content. But that's something that'll have to be discussed with the rest of the group still. So yeah. I'm probably going to wind up grouping these updates by playlist to actually make it easier to find all of them. But I'm going to link PeerTube and Invidious in this recap as well. And previously, I'd also linked Odyssey, which Odyssey won't work for our group because of some conflicts of interest. But if you want to check out Odyssey and see if that's something you would like, I do have it linked on some of the previous updates. And again, worst comes to worst, we'll just make our own platform. It'll be annoying and it'll take a while to get off the ground. But at least it's something, and some members of the group do have some technical know-how with which to make an alternative platform. So, everyone, stay safe, stay faceless, and have an excellent day. Been a while since I've raided Piku, so let's go say hi to her. She's playing Dark Souls 3. That said, happy time zones, everyone. And I hope you all have an excellent day.